Brought to you by DOGRA, a One Digital Hearing Aid Center Jammu, offering special discounts for senior citizens and reimbursement scheme for government employees. Hello viewers, you're watching Jammu Links News. I'm Mannat Gupta and welcome to the daily updates of Midday News. Let's begin. Jammu and Kashmir registered 1,036 new coronavirus cases and 23 deaths, taking total number of infections to 65,026 and toll to 1,024 on Monday. It was for the 19th consecutive day that the cases in a 24-hour period have crossed 1,000. There are 21,887 active cases of the coronavirus disease, while 42,115 patients have recovered so far. Out of the 1,036 more cases, 563 were in the Jammu region and 473 in Kashmir, taking the tally to 65,026. Jammu district reported the highest number of 245 new infections, followed by 141 in Srinagar. An unidentified terrorist was killed on Tuesday in an overnight encounter with security forces in Budgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. The encounter began on Monday evening in the Nawad area of Trare Sharif in central Kashmir's Budgam after the security forces launched a cordon and search operation there following information about the presence of terrorists. In the exchange of fire, a terrorist was killed and the identity and group affiliation of the killed terrorist is being ascertained. With a spike of 75,083 new cases and 1,053 deaths in the last 24 hours, India's Covid19 count crossed 55 lakh on Tuesday, according to the Union Health Ministry. The total case tally stands at 55 lakh 62,664, including 9 lakh 75,861 active cases and 44 lakh 97,868 cured and discharged or migrated patients. With 1,053 deaths, the toll due to the disease stands at 88,935 in the country. Only education can lead to a brighter future for the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha said on Monday, asserting that it is his dream to make the Union Territory an oasis of talent. Inaugurating a conference on the implementation of NEP 2020, he said Jammu and Kashmir is gifted with not only scenic beauty but also brilliant minds. The conference on NEP 2020 has been jointly organized by Jammu University and the Department of Higher Education. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank congratulated Sinha through a video message for taking the lead in implementing the policy and assured full central support.
My guru gave a single percent. Turn your gaze from outside to inside. Fix it on the hidden self, unquote. When I look at this beautiful Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, I do not only see the valleys, rivers and mountains, I see the bright mind. I see the beautiful souls with such high peaks of awareness.
The Jammu and Kashmir administration and the army signed a memorandum of understanding on Monday for development and operationalization of an airstrip in Kishtwar district. The proposal envisages that the existing helicopter strip in Kishtwar will be further extended to make it viable for aircraft landing. The airport at Kishtwar would cater to the entire region, according to the statement. Addressing the event, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said the proposed airport would lead to ease of travel besides boosting tourism and trade. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, who is also the chairman of Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board, on Monday formally launched home delivery of Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Pujaprasad for devotees who may not be able to visit the famed Hindu pilgrimage during the board meeting. To get the prasad delivered at home in sanitized boxes, a devotee can make booking through the Shrine Board's website. Once the booking is done, the board ensures that the puja is performed within 72 hours and prasad is dispatched through speed post. The Jammu and Kashmir administration set up a committee on Monday to strengthen the COVID control measures at the Government Medical College Hospital, Jammu. The premier health facility is catering to all patients amid the coronavirus pandemic, according to GMC principal NC Dhingra. A committee has been constituted to keep a close tab on the additional requirements and suggest measures to deal with any eventuality. The hospital is tackling the situation well despite manpower issues, DOGRA said. Most of the positive cases admitted in the hospital have recovered. The recovery rate of the hospital is no less than the national average. Pakistani troops shelled forward areas along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch and Rajouri districts on Monday, prompting strong retaliation by the Indian Army. The shelling from across the border at Shahpur, Kirni and Kasbah sectors in Poonch and Sundarbani in Rajouri was unprovoked and in violation of the ceasefire agreement between the two sides. There was no report of any casualty in the cross-border shelling. India on Monday hit back at Pakistan for raising the issue of Jammu and Kashmir during the high-level meeting to commemorate 75 years of United Nations, saying Islamabad is globally recognized as the epicenter of terrorism, which harbors and trains terrorists, hails them as martyrs and constantly persecutes its ethnic and religious minorities. Exercising India's right of reply after Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi raked up the Kashmir issue in the address to UN. First Secretary India in UN, Vidisha Metra deemed Qureshis' speech as the never-ending fabricated narrative about the internal affairs of India.
On the agenda of the UN, it is that of tackling the scourge of terrorism. Pakistan is a country which is globally recognized as the epicenter of terrorism, which by its own admission harbors and trains terrorists and hails them as martyrs and consistently persecutes its ethnic and religious minorities.
The Jammu and Kashmir government has evacuated about 4,77,721 JK residents stranded in other parts of the country due to Covid lockdown via Lakhanpur and through special trains and buses till date, amid strict observance of all necessary guidelines and standard operating procedures. As per the official data received in this regard, the Jammu and Kashmir administration has received 152 special trains at Jammu and Udhampur railway stations from different states and UTs so far, with about 1,36,967 passengers, while about 3,40,754 persons from other states and UTs, including 934 from abroad, have been evacuated by the government through Lakhanpur till date. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday addressed the high-level meeting to mark the 75th anniversary of the United Nations, wherein he called on members of the UN to pledge for reform within the world body and stressed the need for reform multilateralism. The General Assembly adopted a forward-looking political declaration that would give countries a mechanism to combat terrorism, reformed multilateralism and inclusive development. Financial Commissioner Health and Medical Education Atal Dhullo has called upon the medical fraternity to work in close coordination to ensure best treatment to the patients of coronavirus in Jammu division. He asked the heads of institutions to adopt proactive approach towards dealing with the virus-affected cases, besides monitoring the situation round the clock. The Sericulture Department on Monday inaugurated procurement or auction of cocoon to facilitate the farmers of Kashmir division to sell their produce at competitive prices. Speaking at the inauguration of the auction, Director Sericulture Manzoor Ahmed Qadri said that silkworm rearing is a highly time-efficient farming activity with great benefits for the farmers.